party. All right, call to order the September 2nd, 2025 meeting of the North Andover Planning Board. Jean, could you take the limited roll?
Sure. Sean Kevlin.
Here.
Eitan Goberg.
I'm here.
Peter Boynton.
Aye.
All right, that's all. All right, first order of business, 495 Main Street, Town of North Andover, request for insubstantial change determination to the April 2nd, 2019 site plan review special permit decision for the recreation complex project. Applicant proposes to build the project in phases according to a phasing plan. The revised plan includes a revision to the area along the western boundary of the complex. Stormwater drainage structures are proposed to be modified to work with the phased construction and with the revised area at the western boundary. All right, Jean, if you want to introduce us to this, and then we'll hear from the applicants.
Yeah, so pretty much my staff report just pointed to a memorandum which details the request for insubstantial change to the site plans approved in 2019. Should the board determine that they agree that this is an insubstantial change request, I did prepare a draft decision for your consideration. The project engineers, Waterford Design Group, are here to kind of walk you through the phasing plan.
Okay, so I think that the things we need to hear about are what is being proposed and how does that change or preferably not change any of the impacts of the project.
Good evening. Jacob Murray from Waterfield Design Group, a civil engineer. Tim Wong from Waterfield as well, a landscape architect. As you mentioned, we're the engineer and landscape architect on the project. Jean went over the insubstantial change. Since the 2019 approval, the town wants to move forward with phase one of the larger project. Due to cost, it's looking for phase construction. So it's reduction in scope. You see here on the PDF, there is phase one on the upper western edge, which is primarily the softball field and a multi-purpose field, and then a couple other sports fields, half basketball court, bocce in the corner. And then phase two would be the larger baseball field and practice football field, as well as the major parking changes. And then phase three is a number of other, I think those are hockey, half basketball court, amphitheater, playground type areas. So what the proponent is asking, the town's asking to do is to reduce it to phase one only, is what this project will entail. And as part of that, there were some small changes that had to be made, both due to the reduction in the size, but also just some minor changes that came out of the lawsuit that had been going on since 2019. And so this is a zoom in on phase one. The first one is that the blue line there is what the original is the original property line. Instead, we're holding the existing fence there. So there's existing fence for the neighbors and the butters. So the project won't go any further than that, and that'll be held. That's required a couple of small changes just in pulling in the walkway. The fields actually stayed in the same spot, moving some lights a little bit, and then changing a little bit of drainage in there to keep everything flowing in. Along with that is the pole lights that were in that area along that walking path. So,
Just interrupt you for a question.
yeah, sure.
Just go over again what's happening on the property line with the blue line and the fence.
Yes.
I think we meant the yellow line.
Yeah, sorry. So the yellow line is approximately where the property line, the real property line was, and then the black dash line is where we're going to hold for the constructions, which is the existing fence line. So the abutter built an existing fence over the property line 20, 30 years, we don't know, many years ago. And they argued through adverse possession to be able to have that property. The town has been willing to grant that they'll keep that property at least for general use, and that the fence line will now be the limit of work of the project.
Okay.
So I think that went to court. We
Yeah.
lost. So
Yes.
basically, the neighbor wants to keep up to the fence line before the project had gone over to what was thought to be the property line.
Okay.
So now it's in line with the court case and saying that that property now belongs to the neighbor, so it's just stopping at the fence line, which is currently there. So,
And it does not affect the plan for the fields?
No, the fields were able to stay the
Okay,
same. It just
great.
required the walkway to a little tweak in.
Actually, the walkway is in the same.
In the same spot? Okay.
too. It's just, we established the fence right where it is. To make up the grade, we have like a short, like no more than 2 foot high, like concrete retaining wall.
Thank you.
Yeah. So,
I saw this in the package. I just wanted to make sure that I understood it clearly. So, for example, the abutters would not need any additional update here because they've gotten what they asked for.
exactly.
And the
Yeah.
project will now follow that.
And the project is still the same project, but instead of being done all at once, it's being done in smaller phases. So it's the same, these are the same fields that were
Yeah.
permitted, correct? The
Correct.
same, everything, the same project is now just being done in phases based on how much money we have available to spend.
And the light pole that was proposed on the other side of the existing fence line is now being moved further into the project, approximately 15 feet.
Correct, yeah.
So further away from the abutters.
Okay.
In addition, some of the pole lights are going to be replaced with bollard lights along that area to reduce the lighting impact as well on those abutters. So there's an additional scoreboard that's being added to the multipurpose field because of its greater use for games in Phase 1. And then the last thing is really just the stormwater had to change, not substantially, but right in the current design, in the full build-out design, you obviously had a pipe or two that came from the field. They had to run through that Phase 2, and since Phase 2 and 3 aren't being built, we just had to reroute it so that it would connect to the existing Phase 2 system. And the stormwater, we submitted those plans to the peer review and had a couple questions that we answered, and the peer review has given their sign-off on the stormwater.
And that stormwater is being done for Phase 1, but let's say, we know,
Yeah.
you know, the Phase 1 is going to be built.
Yes.
Phase 2 and Phase 3 depend on future funding, correct?
Correct.
Is the stormwater sufficient for the project if Phase 2 and Phase 3 aren't built?
Yes.
Okay, can you just explain that, please?
Yeah, that's there's actually almost more stormwater than is needed in Phase 1 because a lot of the large storage units that are underneath the field, the softball and the multipurpose field, were to be connected for Phase 2 and will be when Phase 2 is put online. But so that leaves us with a greater reduction in the flow from the site. So.
And that was peer review, Gene?
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Those are really all the changes. Like I said, the fence line, the minor lighting changes, the scoreboard, and stormwater.
And the scoreboard's next to it, somewhere there's already a scoreboard,
Yes,
right?
there's already a approved scoreboard. We're just putting another one next to it to make sure the multipurpose field has one.
Point out where that scoreboard is?
Yes, yep. So,
It's,
yeah, so that's
the one that's added.
the new one.
This
and-
is the one that was already approved.
And obviously,
Which way do those face?
they'll be facing, the one towards the softball field faces towards approximately home plate / the other dugout, which is the approved one, and then the multi-sport one will face towards the field. So they'll be, the abutters, if they're seeing anything, would be seeing just the back of a scoreboard there.
Okay, and it doesn't have sound, it's just,
No sound.
And when is ground being broken?
Hopefully for spring.
Yeah, spring. So we'll be going out to bid, hopefully in the fall, and then get bids, get the contract going, and then spring construction.
And those are two new scoreboards?
No, just, yes,
Yes.
they're both new.
Yep.
One's previously approved,
Got it.
one's, we're asking for approval.
okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay. Why don't we look at the notice of decision? Is there anything on here that says who voted for it, Gene?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Usually we have something that says it was motion made by,
Yep, the last bullet, above conditions.
oh, okay. Yep, great. Okay, can we get a, so minor modification or insubstantial change?
They're kind of used interchangeably, whatever you'd like. I titled it insubstantial change.
Where we're listed on the agenda as insubstantial change, I'd rather
Okay.
just use that language, so, and that's in the background, so I'd rather,
As an insubstantial.
the last bullet be the finding of insubstantial change.
Okay.
Okay, can we get a motion to approve the decision finding this to be an insubstantial change to the permit?
So moved and as amended?
Yes, thank you.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, can we get a motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 12th?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anything else? Okay, wonderful.
Just that Jean emailed the letter that the town sent on the 40B.
Okay.
It was, I thought, very well written.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that, Jean.
Yeah,
Thanks,
and the-
Gene.
And the way it was submitted to the town included as an attachment the draft that you guys saw. So they'll see it in its entirety as well as incorporated into the town's response.
Super.
In summary version.
That was a very fair,
Yep.
written letter.
Do you know what the timetable is though for?
They anticipated submitting sometime late fall.
Okay,
I assume
so-
it's still on target, but our deadline to submit comments was August 15th. It was extended from July 15th to August 15th, but we submitted well ahead of that. We submitted before July ended.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. I think we're all set. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.